Good afternoon. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel to continue on my part series, The Week That Was, College Football's History and Review, the 1954 college football season. As I continue to look at the games and recap the games that were played during that week. Now it's the week number four, October 9th, 1954, week number four, October 9th, 1954, week number four, October 9th, 1954. It's about like 17 games that I'm going to recap. I just want to let you know about that, the amount of games that I'm going to be discussing week to week. We're going to start on October 8th, 1954 on a Friday, where number 9 Southern California lost to Texas Christian 20-7. Initial 2 times TCU quarterback Ronnie Klitscale ran. He made 60-yard touchdown run on blazingly fast sneak 58-yard kickoff return. So after Klitscale contributed his kickoff return, TCU went on to sophomore halfback Jim Swink's 18-yard touchdown dash and led 14-7 at halftime. Heavily favored number 9 Trojans used 7 different passes for the sadly mixed results. 159 yards passing and 8 of 22 passing. The completion included first quarter touchdown totals of 8 yards from quarterback Jim Contrado to end Chuck Lineback. When Contrado was injured early in the second half, USC understudies were guilty of throwing 5 interceptions as its iffy air game bungled scoring chances where interceptions were Dawson Horn Frog's end zone and at 2 and 7 yard lines. Klitscale added frosting to TCU's errorless game, according to both coaches. The 4-yard touchdown scooped around end early in the fourth quarter. Number 13 Maryland against Wake Forest ended in a result of a tie, 13-13. Lightly regarded, Wake Forest would go on to lose the remainder of its games, but against Maryland, Deacon surged to leads of 6-0 in the first quarter on halfback John Parham's run and 13-7 in third quarter on quarterback Nick Console's pass. Terrapin's quarterback Charlie Boxall tied it with a touchdown run with 14 minutes left. But normally steady fullback kicker Dick Bilski missed conversion. Wake Hearts fluttered madly when fullback Nick Maravich scored late in the contest. The Deacons were called for nullifying backfield in motion penalty, so potential massive upset by Deeks remained moral victory tied instead. Number 7 Mississippi beat Vanderbilt by a score of 22-7, as number 7 Mississippi found itself in a 7-7 halftime deadlock until halfback Allen Red Murhead roared it around left end for 61-yard touchdown, 13-7 lead. Rebels would not relinquish. Ole Miss stampeded 80 yards for a quarter. It's a 36-yard touchdown pass collaboration between unrelated patents. Quarterback Houston to halfback Jimmy. Rebels end Leon Harbin wrapped up scoring with late game safety as he smothered Vanderbilt quarterback Don Orr, who had fumbled into his own end zone. The scrappy Commodores had tied it at 7-7 in the second quarter on a touchdown run by halfback Charlie Rolfe, an extra point kick by guard kicker Bobby Goodall. Georgia Tech beat Louisiana State by a score of 30-20 as the Fire of LSU played well enough against touted Georgia Tech that it led 6-0 and hung close at 14-13 and 23-20. Ferocious Tigers got quarterback Al Doggett's 23-yard hit to halfback Vince Gonzalez to set up halfback Chuck John's smash from 1-yard line that resulted in profitable end zone fumble recovered by LSU and Johnny Wood for 6-0 lead early in the second quarter. Yellow Jackets halfback Billy Tees, who had 128 yards rushing on 6 carries, had his own answer, 77-yard touchdown dash to give Tech 7-6 lead. Quarterbacks Wade Mitchell and Bill Brigman each contributed sharp passes on next engineer's drive that netted 14-6 halftime edge. But the LSU Tigers got lift on the last play of the first half when star guard Sid Fournette stacked up Brigman on goal line sneak. Doggett's 21-yard pass to Enjo Tomonelli in third quarter helped bring Tigers back to 14-13 on Gonzalez's touchdown And although dogged, Tuminelli Tuminelli later teamed up for first touchdown pass allowed by Tech since 1950. And then it was speed of halfback Jimmy Thompson that put the game away with touchdown runs of 35 and 17 yards. Number 14, Florida lost to Clemson 14-7 in Jacksonville. After hard-hitting scoreless first half that was controlled by 14-point underdog Clemson, the Gators struck on a spectacular touchdown third quarter as Florida halfback Jackie Simpson took a lost pass from quarterback Fred Robinson at Tigers' 23-yard line and magically drew the ball away from three defenders. Sticking solely to running plays at the sacks of quarterback Don King had ruined several first-half chances. Clemson drove from its 20-yard line to inside Gators' 1-yard line as third quarter died. King sneaked over for touchdown as fourth quarter began, but Florida still led 7-6 when extra points sailed wide. Exchange of three interceptions left Tigers at the Gators' 40-yard line after halfback defensive back Clemens Hankinson picked off Florida quarterback Dick Allen. Key play came at Gators' 5-yard line. Tigers sub quarterback Charlie Bussey fumbled on third down, but recovered his bobble and wild melee and 1-yard line. At 1-yard line, Bussey sneaked for one first down, then handed to halfback Jim Coleman for the touchdown dive that made it 12-7. Clemson tackle Mark White made late end zone sack of Robinson. Kentucky beat Auburn 21-14. Kentucky took over after opening kickoff and moved 76 yards to halfback Dick Rushing's 1-yard touchdown run. The favorite Auburn Tigers tied it at 7-7 on fullback Joe Childress' 1-yard touchdown smash. The second quarter that came at an 33-yard march, peppered with 4 completions by quarterback Bobby Freeman. Wildcats tackle Bill Wheeler placed himself in front of Freeman's screen pass in third quarter for interception that put Kentucky at Tigers' 17-yard line. So on fourth down, Kentucky quarterback Bob Hardy hit start and Howard Snellenberger for the 16-yard touchdown and 14-7 edge. Freeman clicked 4 times in air for 52 yards or 69 yards. Time watch before third quarter ended. As in Jim Pyburn caught Freeman's 5-yard throw for touchdowns that made it 14-14. Hardy finished methodical 19-play, 71-yard trip for a million touchdown in fourth quarter with 8:30 to go. And Cat stopped Tigers on fourth down at University of Kentucky 42-yard line with 4 minutes left. Number 4, Iowa lost to Michigan 14-13. Even though it was handed 2 gift touchdowns before that first quarter was half over, favorite Iowa still fell victim to its enduring Michigan's jinx, 2-13-1 all-time record. After Hawkeyes center Warren Lawson recovered fumble on opening kickoff at the Michigan 17-yard line, quarterback Jerry Reichchild and halfback Eddie Vincent alternated on runs until Reichchild wedged over from 1-yard line. However, in Jim Freeman missed extra points by slim margin. It would prove vital. The second play, after the ensuing kickoff, Iowa guard John Hall recovered fumble at 33-yard line that led to halfback Earl Smith's 8-yard touchdown trip around right end. Early Wolverines fumblers, little wingback Ed Hickey, 84 yards rushing they had, and fullback Dave Hill atoned for their blunders with good runs of late first quarter 58-yard touchdown march, ended by Hill's 3-yard touchdown run. Michigan quarterback Jim Maddock added spark of bench and hit end kicker Ron Kramer with a 29-yard touchdown in second quarter. And Kramer kick conversion that would hold up as winning point. Maddox's completion was Wolverines' only successful pass in 8 tries. Number 10, Ohio State beat Illinois 40-7. Illinois had launched its conference cold championship season in 1953 on back of 41-20 upset over Ohio State, but 1954 was a different year. Halfback Bobby Watkins had 112 yards rushing on 13 carries, scored 2 touchdowns as fast and proven Buckeyes entered the national picture. Double-edged Ohio State attack gained 313 yards on ground and 9 of 17, 166 yards in air, quickly exposed Illinois weakness at left linebacker with misdirection 41-yard touchdown burst by Watkins in first quarter. The sophomore fullback Hubert Hobo gained 19 yards and followed with 3-yard touchdown for Buckeyes near end of first quarter. So Watkins scored in second quarter for 21-0 halftime lead. Ohio State halfback Howard Cassidy mishandled second half kickoff, but team shrugged at 98-yard path ahead. They went for more for score when Cassidy pitched 42-yard pass to end Dean Duggar to Illinois 5-yard line. Cassidy battered over in two tries. Down 33-0 in the fourth quarter, disappointed Illinois got a 42-yard interception touchdown return from halfback defensive back J.C. Caroline, who was able to gain 81 yards rushing, but he cuffed backfield. Means could add only 42 yards rushing and passing. This was a big matchup in the top 10. Number 5 played number 6 Duke, where number 5 Purdue and number 6 Duke resulted in a 13-13 tie in this matchup. Making its first ever invasion of Big Ten country, Duke threw 7-man defensive blanket over Purdue receivers, and stellar sophomore quarterback Lynn Dawson was held to 47 yards passing on 16 passing, 2 interceptions passing. Duke racked up 13 lead on second quarter touchdowns, but ace guard kicker Jim Nelson was hurt on blocking assignment during a 79-yard drive to 1-yard touchdown sneak by quarterback Jerry Barger. So with sub-fullback kicker Brian Aldridge in game, conversion was missed after the second quarter. Purdue line led by tackle Joe Krupa and guard Tom Bettis Howard's second half ground game that was spearheaded by fullback Bill Murakowski and guided by reserve quarterback Francie Gutman. So possessive of ball were Boilermakers that Blue Devils had it for only 4 plays in third quarter. Purdue took 20 plays after second half kickoff to advance to Gutman's touchdown sneak. But with Dawson out of game, third string fullback kicker Jim Reichert was called upon for extra point, which he missed. Boilers tied it early in the fourth quarter on Murakowski's touchdown run and kicker Dawson's kick. Game ended with Devils and sub quarterback defensive back Sonny Jurgensen making the goal line interception of Gutman and returning it 36 yards. Another matchup in the top 20 had number 3 Wisconsin play number 11 Rice, where number 3 Wisconsin beat number 11 Rice 13-7. Rallying in game's last minute, confident Wisconsin withstood best upset effort by defending Southwest Conference champion Owls. National TV audience thrilled at 2 goal line stands in fourth quarter, while stubbornly strong Rice forwards was left to ponder whether Badgers could race against clock to overtake 7-6 deficit that was in place since first quarter. After TV technical difficulties delayed start for 15 minutes, Wisconsin fullback Allen the Horse Amici, who ran for 90 yards on 21 carries and 2 touchdowns, lugged the ball 7 times in 70-yard drive to touchdown on team's opening possession. Key gain, though, was quarterback Jim Miller's pass to end Jim Temp to 1-yard line. Owls struck right back with a 69-yard aerial trip on which quarterback Pinky Nisbet clicked on 5 passes. Nisbet's last completion went for a touchdown after he faked to ace halfback Dickie Mogul, sweeping right to find left end Lemoyne Holland all alone for a 28-yard touchdown pass. End kicker Phil Harris made extra point kick for Rice's 7-6 lead that was to endure to the fourth quarter. Badgers began their comeback late in the third quarter as sub-quarterback Jim Aluska hit end Dave Howard for 3 passes and end Jim Reinke for another before runs gave them first and goal at 4-yard line. Estonians held at 1-yard line made 3 first downs to dig out of hole, but Wisconsin guard linebacker kicker Paul Swieko, who missed extra point in first quarter, made interceptions to put Badgers at Rice 47-yard line. This time I was knocked down Miller's 4th down pass from the 5-yard line and punted out of hole with 5 minutes to play. So the Badgers went 41 yards with Miller running and passing for 9-yard gains until Mitchie projected himself into the end zone for a winning touchdown. Minnesota, number 18 team in the country, beat Northwestern 26-7. So slow starting Golden Gophers watch Northwestern Wildcats dominate first quarter and traps to touchdown by halfback Jim Troglio on 3-yard run around right in. It's running 7-0. Minnesota got rolling in second quarter with powerful split T running attack as halfback brothers Bob, who had 120 yards rushing on 12 carries, 2 touchdowns, and Dick McNamara joined fullbacks John Baumgartner, 84 yards on 8 carries and touchdown. Frank Bachman, 55 yards and 6 carries to take their toll. But it was classic pitch out by sub backs quarterback Dale Quist to halfback Ralph Good that showed true stealth of option offense to score Gophers' initial 6-yard touchdown in second quarter for 7-6 deficit. By end of third quarter, Minnesota led 26-7, and whatever starch was left in Cats was drained by 2 block punts and loss of fumble to Gophers guard Robert Hagemeister at mini 7-yard line in last 4 minutes. In the battle with the top 15 teams, 2 top 15 teams, number 1 Oklahoma beat number 15 Texas 14-7 in Dallas. As Longhorns seeking to fix slow starting season and win for first time in the series since 1951, took strong win at their backs to kick off the start game. Strategy worked out as Texas recovered kickoff fumbles. 1 of 5 balls was lost by Sooners at Oklahoma 29-yard line. Hustling OU senior tackle Don Brown stopped opening 3 stairs runs but suffered a broken ankle that would shelve him for the season. At end of the first series, quarterback Charlie Brewers spinning 3-yard touchdown run through tackle powered Texas' early 7-0 advantage. Shortly thereafter, with Sooners at own 36-yard line, sophomore quarterback Jimmy Harris making his first career start, gambled on 4th down and sent fullback Bob Herndon on 14-yard run to first down. Later on, same drive, Harris' pitchout had to be fielded on bounce by halfback Buddy Lee, who still ran to first down at Texas' 1-yard line. Oklahoma tied it 7-7 as Lee followed straight ahead blocks of in Curl Allison and tackled Cal Woodworth. On last play of the first quarter, Oklahoma sub quarterback Pat O'Neill pitched short pass to powerful end John Bell, who canted 40 yards to his Longhorns' 15-yard line. With starters back for second quarter, Harris ran 1-yard keeper for decisive touchdown 5 plays later. Surprisingly, Sooners depended on effective 6 of 9, 127-yard passing game for key yards. Texas threatened with sustained trip to OU 10-yard line in closing minutes, but 4th down and completion and end zone doomed its hopes. Next, Arkansas beat Baylor 21-20. Although he started at linebacker, Arkansas blocking back kicker Preston Carpenter had already missed 2 extra points when he was tapped by Coach Bowden Riot to kick late angled 22-yard field goal that served to nip the Bears. So Baylor lost 4 fumbles, 3 of which were turned into Razorback scores in 4th stop Bears drive in 4th quarter. So Porkers probed left side of Baylor line on his first 2 touchdowns on fullback Henry Moore and tailback George Walker scored on runs. Bears halfback Allen Jones, whose fumble set up Walker's first quarter touchdown, raced 46 yards to score against Arkansas' second unit early in second quarter, but he fumbled again when belted by Carpenter allowed Walker to throw a 32-yard touchdown pass to Arkansas wingback Joe Thomason. Baylor line regrouped and charged hard in second half to shut down Hogs' runs. Pastor quarterback Billy Hooper clicked and Bears went 71 yards to score. They took 28-18 lead after defensive back Hooper made an interception at his 40-yard line and scored on 2-yard keeper, but Porkers guard Waylon Roberts blocked extra point and later recovered Bears halfback Dale Schaffner's fumble at Baylor's 11-yard line to make possible Carpenter's winning field goal. Next, Colorado Buffaloes beat the Arizona Wildcats 40-18. Denver Post writer Frank Haraway wrote that big Colorado fullback John Bayuk, who had 183 yards rushing on 5 carries and 4 touchdowns, carried Arizona Tigers on his broad back as though they were so many houseflies. Bison backs, number 1 in the nation rushing, ran for 421 yards but lost 2 stars to minor injuries. Tailback Carroll Hardy on his only carry of the game, and wingback Frank Bernardi, Wildcats' 3rd largest crowd to date in Tucson, booed lustily when Colorado fullback linebacker Emerson Wilson was tossed out of contest early in the third quarter. Wilson was guilty of slugging back of neck of Arizona star halfback Art Lupino, 84 yards and 16 carries, who was kept well under wraps except for a nifty kickoff return in the first quarter. Buffalo's tailback Homer Jenkins, who had 108 yards and 14 carries, opened game with 67-yard kickoff return before being hauled down by Wildcats guard Ed Brown. Wilson scored 7 plays later. Arizona quickly tied it at 6-6 at fullback Max Burnett slammed over from 4-yard line after Enville Codd caught 38-yard pass. Bernardi caught 23-yard touchdown pass in first quarter to put Colorado ahead for good at 13-6 as Boyack soon heated up on way to 27-6 halftime edge. So Wildcats quarterback Barry Bleakley launched a 42-yard touchdown bomb for halfback Wayne Mancuso after Wilson's 15-yard roughing penalty and expulsion in the third quarter. Next, Oregon beat California by a score of 33-27. Before the game was 7 minutes old, California was recipient of 2 fumbles and cashed both for 13-0 first quarter game. Ducks quarterback George Shaw supplemented his passing touchdown with go-ahead touchdown run at 20-13 early in the third quarter. This prize was positioned by Oregon center linebacker Ron Feister's interception return to the Golden Bears' 36-yard line. Oregon and Hal Reeve, whose outstanding line play enhanced that of tackle Keith Tucker, clutched interception thrown by California quarterback Paul Larson as part of all-out pass rush in third quarter. Oregon fullback Jasper McGee scored at right guard and it was 26-13. Cal fumble led to third touchdown of third quarter for Oregon, which then helped secure at 33-13. Larson wouldn't quit in fourth quarter rally, passing 17-yard touchdown pass to Jim Hanifin and racing 56 yards on a punt return for a touchdown. Oregon let Big E's runs all but kill Cop and held on for victory, making it the first ever Northwest-based team to beat Cal coach Pappy Waldorf on Berkeley soil. Number 2 UCLA beat Washington 21-20 as despite bungling several early opportunities on drives to Huskies 10, 4 and 1 yard lines, Bruins were selling safely at 21-0 in third quarter thanks to fullback Bob Davenport's 2 touchdowns, including a bullish 17-yard run after quarterback Bob Bergdahl's fumble recovery of second half kickoff. Suddenly, in final 20 minutes, sophomore quarterback Bobby Cox brought Washington brimming to life by ripping 35-yard touchdown pass to halfback Dean Derby after Derby had caught 26-yard pass that was deflected into his hands by UCLA sub fullback defensive back Doug Peters. Fiery Cox continued by completing a 5-yard touchdown pass to uncovered end Corky Lewis on 4th and 2 after center linebacker Dale Jensen's full fumble recovery of UCLA tailback Sam Brown's slip up at Bruins' 25-yard line. Brown fumbled again just past midfield, and Cox drove Huskies to their final touchdown on pass to end Bob Green for 15 yards with 2:26 to go. Halfback kicker Bobby Dunks missed kick at the second touchdown proved fatal to Huskies' rally. Reason number 2 UCLA survived could be found in wingback kicker Johnny Herman's 3 successful conversion kicks. And finally, number 17 Stanford played number 19 Navy, where Navy beat Stanford in a shutout. Number 19 Navy beat number 17 Stanford in a shutout 25-0. As opportunistic Navy used in Ron Beagle's end zone recovery of punt block by guard Lynn Benzie for first quarter touchdown, made possible by field position gain on fullback punter Dick Guest's 73-yard punt. Stanford showed its only spark on offense, retaliated to 6-0 deficit. The Indians carved 75 yards out of Middy's defense to advance to the 3-yard line, but Navy quarterback defensive back Dick Archer made a clutch breakup for 4th down pass by quarterback John Brody early in the second quarter. So Archer then handed ball to fullback Joe Gattuso for 65 yards of 93-yard drive to Archer's 7-yard touchdown pass to end Jim Owen. Gattuso had 153 yards rushing and a touchdown, 14 carries, lasted 37 yards. It's third quarter touchdown. So that concludes a look at the week that was, the games that I broke down and recap. Now let's look at the October 11th polls in the AP. Oklahoma was number 1, Wisconsin number 3, Wisconsin was number 2, UCLA number 3, number 4, Ohio State, followed by number 5, Purdue. 6 was Duke, number 7, Mississippi, number 8, Notre Dame, Penn State and Navy tied for the 9th spot, number 11, Minnesota, Arkansas number 12, Iowa 13, West Virginia 14, 15, Rice, Virginia Tech 16, Colorado 17, Army 18, Georgia Tech 19, and Georgia and Texas Tech number 20. So that includes a recap of the 17 games that were played during this week of October 9th, 1954, including October 8th of 1954 on a Friday between Texas Christian and Southern California. Yeah, 17 games that I recapped during that week of October 9th, 1954. So that concludes this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Comment, like, do whatever you can to support the channel. I'll do obviously another video tomorrow, like I always do once a day, for the week that was college football's history and review. The 1954 college football season. I've concluded the recap of week 4, October 9th, 1954, including the game that was played on a Friday on October 8th, 1954. So until then, talk to you tomorrow.